Something strange is happening in your house today on October 8. Archangel Michael says, a spirit was sent to guide you, but someone is blocking it. Open now. October 8 is no ordinary day. Mark it. Honor it. Recognize it. For it stands as a divine threshold, a piercing moment in the spiritual calendar where the veil is thinner, the heavens louder, and angelic assignments more specific than ever before. This is not coincidence. This is not random. This day has been marked by heaven for visitation. The hosts of glory have taken note of your household, your name, and your atmosphere. And now, at this sacred hinge in time, Archangel Michael steps forward with a message. A spirit of guidance has been released and it has come to your house. Not every house. Not every person. Not every soul. This moment is not for the curious. It is for the call. It is not for the distracted. It is for the discerning. For even now, something strange may have begun to stir within your space. Have you felt it? The flicker of lights when no bulb was out. A sudden stillness, like the air pausing to listen. The restless dreams, vivid, unsettled, almost as if someone was trying to speak to you while you slept. That was not your imagination. That was your spirit recognizing an arrival, an interruption, a presence. But hear this, the spirit of guidance that was dispatched to you comes with conditions. It cannot enter through noise. It cannot deliver clarity through chaos. It waits for stillness. It responds to prayer. It releases revelation only to those who have prepared room through obedience. This is not a casual visitation. This is a divine engagement, and your response will shape its outcome. Yet, the heavens also reveal this. Something or someone is standing in the way. There is a resistance. An invisible hand trying to shut the door before the message gets through. Maybe it's spiritual. Maybe it's human. Maybe it's both. Someone is trying to block the flow. A voice in your home, an energy in your circle, a pattern in your past. Something is not welcoming what God is trying to send. The tension you feel right now, that pressure in your chest, that sudden awareness. It is confirmation. You are not crazy. You are not alone. You are being visited. And now, the battle begins. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 666 is now surrounding you. Look now, the veil is trembling. On this day, October 8, the hour has drawn near. Heaven has issued its summons, and the first of many shifts is already stirring in your space. And I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to the threshold of your dwelling. I am not standing afar off. I am not distant. I stand right at your door, where light touches shadow, where silence meets the cry of the Spirit. Before this night ends, something must shift. Before the sun rises, a decision must be made, not in the realm of logic, but in the realm of spirit. For the Most High has declared this day a gate, and your house has been marked by the flame of His presence. You were not overlooked. Your cries were not ignored. Your tears were not dismissed. Heaven heard you when you thought no one did. And now, a spirit of guidance has been sent to answer what your soul could not articulate. But listen, This is not for everyone. This message has not come to entertain. It has not come for spiritual tourism. It comes for the called, the ones whose names were whispered in the Holy Council. It comes for those whose homes have felt tension, disruption, strange echoes, and unease without reason. You've felt it, haven't you? That flicker in the hallway when no one passed through. The sound of a voice when the room was still. The feeling that something unseen was trying to enter, or something unwanted refusing to leave. This is why I have come. There is a divine presence at your doorstep, but there is also a war at your window. And the spirit sent to guide you is standing in the in-between, waiting to be welcomed or refused. Do not take this moment lightly. This is not a general word. This is targeted. This is surgical. This is personal. Pause. Breathe. This word is not coming to you by chance. It was delivered. You didn't stumble here. You were summoned. Even now, as my words pour over you, something inside of you begins to awaken. The old fog is lifting. The dullness in your atmosphere is breaking. The weight on your chest is beginning to shift, because I have arrived with authority, with fire, and with a sword drawn against every lying spirit that has tried to mute your discernment. Do not dismiss what has been happening. That shadow in the corner of your vision, that pressure that woke you at 3:00 a.m., the sudden silence when someone walked into the room. These were not mere moments. These were interruptions, divine disruptions, signals from the eternal that your house has entered into a spiritual engagement. Heaven has marked your house for visitation, but interference must be removed. Something is standing in the way. Someone is pushing back against what was meant to enter. Maybe they live with you. Maybe they used to. Maybe they just keep showing up at the wrong times. Or maybe they're not even physical. A presence, a pattern, a generational echo that whispers doubt when you try to believe again. I declare this to you now. The time for passivity is over. You must be alert. You must be open. You must be clean in spirit. Your house must be prepared. Heaven is not sending casual comfort. It is sending a commander, a guide, a spirit that knows your path and your next assignment. But it will not fight for entrance. It waits to be welcomed by the one whose name was spoken in the council of heaven. So I say to you, open now. Listen deeply. And let no one, not fear, not fatigue, not familiar spirits, stand in the doorway of your breakthrough. For I, Michael, do not come alone. Behind me are ranks of angels, armed and ready. But it is your agreement that releases them. Before the night ends, you must sigh. Type "I open the door" in the comments if you feel this word. Blessing total 1717 is now breaking every blockage. There is a silence in your house tonight, but it is not an empty silence. It is charged. It is waiting. It is heavy with something you cannot yet name. As you walk through your rooms, as you pass by the mirrors, as you lie awake at night, your spirit already knows. Something unseen is pressing at the edges of your space. It is no longer imagination. It is no longer coincidence. It is the sign that the spirit of guidance stands at your door, but something, or someone, is blocking its entry. Heaven is not confused about this. Heaven has revealed the truth to me, and I am speaking it now. You are in a spiritual crosscurrent, and your atmosphere has been contested because of what is coming to you. You have noticed it in whispers of gossip about you that don't seem to make sense. You have seen it in sudden changes of behavior in people you trusted. One day they are kind, the next day they are cold. One day they are supportive, the next day they are strangely absent. These are not random shifts. These are responses to the unseen movement of heaven in your life. Even those around you can feel it, even if they don't know what it is. They may be unknowingly participating in a blocking force. Some, perhaps, are doing it knowingly, sensing your change and fearing your rise. But all of it, every shift, every shadow, every unexplained chill, is connected to the spirit of guidance at your door. You may have wondered, why do I feel uneasy in my own home? Why does the air feel thicker lately? Why do I hear creaks and sounds in rooms I know are empty? Child of God, you are not paranoid. You are perceptive. Your spirit is detecting what your eyes cannot yet see. You are sensing the tension of two worlds colliding, the kingdom of light trying to enter, and the resistance of darkness trying to hold its ground. This is why your dreams have been restless. This is why you wake at strange hours. This is why your thoughts have been scattered. It is not weakness. It is warfare. But know this, you are not being punished. You are being pursued by heaven. The spirit of guidance that was sent to you carries messages for your next season, but heaven will not force it upon you. You must clear the path. You must confront the blockage. You must begin to pray words of release over your home. Walk your rooms and speak light. Sit in stillness and command silence to every unclean whisper. Do not confront in the flesh. Do not argue in the natural. This battle is not against the faces you see. This is deeper. This is older. This is an assignment of confusion sent to stop your clarity before it can land. Right now, as I speak, the spirit of guidance is still at the door. Its light flickers at the threshold of your home. Its voice calls out to your inner ear. It is waiting for the interference to be identified and removed. You do not need to know every name. You do not need to unmask every face. You simply need to open your mouth, open your heart, and open your space. Heaven will do the rest. They know something, says the Lord, but not all. They can see your glow, but they cannot stop your rising. The blockage may have delayed your visitation, but it cannot deny it. Heaven's decree is stronger than any man's opinion. And even as this word falls on your ears now, the spirit of guidance leans closer, ready to enter the moment you say, enough. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1122 is now activated over your home. Beloved, as this message unfolds, remember, you are not just listening to words, you are stepping into a movement of heaven. Every video, every message, every declaration released here is a seed of light sent into countless homes around the world. When you support this work, through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the video description, you are not just giving, you are sowing into the deliverance of souls. The Bible says, "He who waters will himself be watered," and as you water others, heaven waters your life. I invite you now, not as a request, but as a prophetic act to become part of this mission. Each seed you release is oil poured on the altar, a lamp lit in the darkness. Blessings flow to givers who move in obedience. Step into this moment. Sow now, and watch heaven multiply your obedience. This is not just tension. This is not just a bad week. This is not just strange energy. No, child of the Most High, this is spiritual warfare, and it was activated the moment heaven decided to send a spirit of guidance to your house. This battle isn't about your past. It's about your future. The interference you feel, the strange pullbacks from people around you, the sudden resistance in conversations, even the subtle confusion in your thoughts, all of it is the result of a higher conflict unfolding beneath the surface. And I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to reveal it to you plainly. The reason this war has reached your home is not because you are weak, it is because you are chosen. You are marked. You are appointed. The opposition is not punishment. It is proof. Proof that what was sent to you carries so much heavenly weight. Hell took notice. You didn't stir this conflict. You inherited it the moment your name was spoken in the council of angels. You're not under attack because of what you did wrong. You're under attack because of what you've been anointed to do right. The enemy's tactics are ancient. Subtle interference, confusion, relational sabotage, emotional weariness. These are not new. These are old weapons, sharpened through generations, trying to convince you that your home is under judgment or that you're the cause of the tension. But hear this truth and hold it like a sword. You are not cursed. You are being called up. Your house has become the battleground for a breakthrough that has generational impact. Heaven is watching your response. This is a divine test. Not to break you, but to reveal you, to show you what's been hiding in the shadows of your surroundings, to unmask the unspoken things that have gone unchecked for too long. You've been too quiet about what you've been feeling. You've brushed off the discomfort. You've doubted your discernment. But no more. Heaven has declared this conflict holy. It is being used to awaken your authority. And in this moment, your posture matters. Your silence is not weakness. It is spiritual resistance. Your refusal to argue, your decision to withdraw from unnecessary battles, your choice to remain in prayer rather than panic. These are not passive acts. These are strategic moves of a warrior in alignment with God. Every time you choose peace over chaos, you're sending a signal to the heavens. I understand the assignment. Heaven sees it all. Heaven sees every hand raised against you. Heaven sees every whisper said behind closed doors. Heaven sees every door that was slammed shut in your face and every opportunity delayed because of interference. And let me say this, not one moment has been wasted. Not one cry has gone unheard. Not one injustice will be left unbalanced. For the Lord your God is not slack in keeping promises, and his angels do not miss their marks. The resistance you're facing is a last attempt to block your next level. That's why it feels so heavy. That's why it's coming through familiar faces. That's why it's pressing into your emotions, because if it can get you to react in the flesh, it knows it can delay what was meant to arrive in the spirit. But I tell you now, hold your ground. Speak only when instructed. Move only when lit. And keep your house in order. You are not under siege. You are under supernatural surveillance. The Lord is watching over you like a flame over sacred oil. And as this spiritual conflict rises, so will the glory over your home. You are not alone. You are not losing. You are standing in the eye of a holy storm, and heaven fights for you. This conflict will not consume you. It will crown you. Type "I will not bow to darkness" in the comments if this is your word. Blessing code 4444 is covering your atmosphere. The air is heavy now, and not without reason. This moment has been prophesied long before it arrived. There is a pressure building, a tension tightening in the unseen. And I, Archangel Michael, have come with a sacred announcement. Within the next 72 hours, what has been quietly resisting you will attempt to rise in full force. The shadows will try to stretch. The voices will grow louder. The unseen hand that's been blocking your guidance will try to manifest in the visible. And if you are not anchored in spirit, you will mistake divine disruption for emotional chaos. But I speak this word in fire. You must not be moved. For 3 days, your house will be tested. The spiritual climate will intensify. But this is not punishment. This is confirmation. The enemy is making its final attempt because it knows that what God has sent you is closer than ever. The spirit of guidance, still stationed at the entrance of your home, will not leave, but it waits for the right conditions. And the interference knows this. The interference senses time is running out. So it will stir. It will provoke. It will try to disguise itself in normalcy, a strange conversation, an argument, a distraction masked as opportunity. Do not fall for it. This is not about the surface. This is about your soul. I have seen what is approaching. A shift is on the horizon, one that, if left unaddressed, will bring tension into the very center of your home. And that is why you must begin to act now, not with your emotions, not with confrontation, but with spiritual precision. You must discern the next 72 hours like a watchman on the wall. Listen for unusual sounds in the night. Watch for repeated patterns in conversations. Pay attention to what feels off, who suddenly resurfaces, and what suddenly feels harder than it should. The confrontation may not be loud. It may come in whispers. But you'll know it when it happens. Your heart will feel that subtle drop. The air in the room will shift. Something will seem misplaced. A presence may pass quickly and disappear. That is not your mind playing tricks on you. That is the resistance pressing through. And I say this clearly. The spirit of guidance cannot fully enter where rebellion is still being entertained. Whether in the form of people, old thought patterns, unspoken resentment, or fear, whatever is still active in your environment, that stands in contradiction to the word of the Lord must be addressed spiritually. The time of tolerating spiritual interference under the disguise of normalcy has come to an end. You cannot allow what is blocking your breakthrough to stay one more hour, one more day, without confrontation from heaven's authority. So mark this time. Watch this atmosphere. Speak aloud over your home. No more resistance. No more delay. No more unseen control. As you declare, the spirit of guidance will begin to move in. As you release obedience, the atmosphere will begin to lighten. But if you ignore the signs, if you brush off the tension, if you continue to tolerate spiritual opposition as a personality flaw or coincidence, then the escalation will come. And when it does, it will not feel like just another bad day. It will feel like a storm in the soul. But you have been warned, not to fear, but to be fortified. The heavens trust you with this awareness because you are chosen to stand. Your home has been selected to carry divine instruction, but with every divine release comes the attempt of darkness to counterfeit or corrupt it. Do not let it succeed. Guard your space. Guard your heart. Guard your gate. And remember this, the heaviness in your home is not your imagination, it is a signal. The spiritual atmosphere is alert. The confrontation is scheduled, but so is the victory. Type "I am a guardian of glory" in the comments if this message pierced your spirit. Blessing code 9999 is setting angels at every corner of your dwelling. Now is not the time to panic. Now is not the time to speak without discernment, to fight battles in the flesh, or to try and fix with logic what is rooted in the spirit. Hear this clearly. Heaven fights when you don't. And in this hour, your silence is not weakness. It is warfare. Your stillness is not inaction. It is intercession. What the enemy hopes is that you will respond with emotion, that you will react with impulse, that you will step out of alignment and open doors to confusion. But I, Archangel Michael, tell you this with all the authority of the throne that sent me. Your silence is sacred armor. In the next 24 to 72 hours, you must withdraw from needless conversations. Pull back from the voices that drain you. Do not answer every call. Do not feel the need to explain yourself. This is a divine moment to unplug from the noise and plug into the power of divine observation. You must become a watcher, a listener, a discerner. Your power in this moment is not in your reaction, it is in your restraint. For as you withhold your natural response, heaven will begin to release its supernatural defense. When the spirit of guidance comes, it does not come with shouting. It comes like a whisper. It waits for quiet. It requires space to speak. And right now, your house must become a sanctuary, not just in word, but in spiritual posture. Let this be a time of cleansing. Open your windows and speak peace. Walk through your rooms and declare, "This space belongs to the Lord." Let no unclean spirit, no leftover emotion, no toxic presence remain unchallenged. But do not fight in the natural, fight in the spirit. You have angels assigned to you. Let them do what they were sent to do. You must not argue. You must not be baited into drama. Even if they say things that provoke you. Even if the conversation feels urgent. Even if you are misunderstood. Let them talk. Let them think they've won. Let them believe they've distracted you. Because while they are busy with words, heaven is moving in silence. Your role now is simple and profound. Pray. Watch. Listen. Declare. Let no fear guide your hand. Let no anxiety stir your voice. You are being positioned for something so much greater than the current battle trying to distract you. Do not get caught inside wars. Do not waste spiritual energy on arguments that will not matter when the spirit of guidance delivers your next instruction. And let me speak directly to your heart, the part of you that feels weary, the part that wants to defend itself, the part that feels like you're losing control. You are not losing anything. You are being repositioned. The quietness you are stepping into is not retreat. It is repositioning. It is a heavenly silence that precedes a divine announcement. Just like the stillness before the breaking of dawn. Just like the hush before the voice of God thunders from the mountaintop. Speak this now. I am sealed by heaven. My home is guarded by light. No voice can speak louder than the voice of God in this space. These are not poetic phrases, they are shields. Every declaration builds a wall. Every prayer releases a response. Every time you hold your peace, you declare your allegiance to heaven's timeline. You must understand, you are being watched not just by people, but by powers. Your decision to stay in peace releases angels to war on your behalf. Every silent hour is a trumpet in the spirit. Every quiet night is thunder in the heavens. Your stillness is not going unnoticed. It is activating a hedge around you, and soon, the very ones who tried to disturb your atmosphere will be silenced by the glow they cannot extinguish. Stay still. Stay guarded. Stay holy. Type "I am sheltered by glory" in the comments if this word has confirmed your peace. Blessing code 777 is forming a shield of light around your house even now. You are not who they think you are anymore. You are not the same person who once tolerated the confusion. You are not the same soul who once absorbed the darkness in silence. You are not the same spirit who bowed to fear, who bent under the pressure, who waited for someone else to see your worth. That version of you died in the spiritual warfare you've been enduring. What they tried to break only refined you. What they tried to silence only deepened your discernment. And now you are rising. Not into pride. Not into vengeance. But into divine empowerment. The old you would have reacted. The old you would have second-guessed every word from heaven. The old you would have tried to fix people who were never assigned to stay. But that version of you no longer has dominion. You have passed through fire, and you have come out with wings. You have walked through smoke, and now you move with clarity. What was sent to destroy you only awakened the warrior within. And this warrior does not fight as man fights. This warrior moves in stillness, speaks with precision, and walks with authority. This is the divine reversal, the hidden plot twist of heaven. You were attacked because you were underestimated. But now the enemy is watching in confusion. Because what was sent to break you has only built your altar higher. The interference, the spiritual fog, the resistance in your own house, none of it stopped the transformation. It delayed it, yes. It caused discomfort, yes. But it did not stop it. And now that you are in stillness, now that you have pulled back from the noise, the truth is becoming clear. The blockage exposed the blessing. What was standing in the way was actually revealing how powerful your anointing truly is. They never expected you to rise. But now, you rise. Not with fanfare, but with fire. Quiet fire. Holy fire. The fire of one who knows who they are, not because of applause, but because of alignment. You are rising into your assignment. You are rising into clarity. You are rising into the version of yourself that heaven has always seen, but hell tried to hide. And now, the transformation is happening right where the interference tried to suppress you. In the same house, in the same room, with the same faces watching. But you will not shrink. You will not apologize for the glory on your life. You will not dim your spirit to make others more comfortable. You are not arrogant. You are awakened. You are not defensive. You are discerning. You are not reactive. You are reborn. What they thought was your breakdown was actually your breaking open. So let the wings unfold. Let the oil drip. Let the flame burn. You are no longer bound by fear, no longer limited by approval. You are no longer begging to be seen. You are chosen. And when heaven chooses you, no one can unchoose you. When God marked your house, no force of hell can cancel the visitation. The interference was the final test. The delay was the final pressure. And now, your elevation is inevitable. You are soaring in spirit, and every step you take from this moment on is a step out of old identity and into divine influence. Walk your house differently now. Speak to your walls. Speak to your mirror. Speak to your atmosphere. You are not waiting to be powerful. You already are. Type "I rise with fire" in the comments if you are stepping into your new self. Blessing code 3030 is now releasing divine elevation over your life. This is the hour where the hidden becomes revealed. This is the moment when the silence begins to speak. For now, the spirit of guidance that was dispatched to your house is no longer lingering at the threshold. It is stepping into the center. And it does not come empty-handed. It carries scrolls. It carries keys. It carries divine blueprints etched with your name, marked with your next assignment, and sealed with heavenly fire. You are not wandering anymore. You are not stuck. You are not forgotten. The fog that once hung heavy around your decisions is being lifted, and in its place, clarity is coming like a flood. This spirit that has entered carries not just comfort, but instruction. It was sent to unlock your next season. It was sent to bring divine correction and redirection. It was sent to open the eyes of your spirit and the ears of your understanding. And now it speaks. This is the way. Walk in it. You have wondered what the delay meant. You have questioned if God was ignoring your prayers. You have cried in the dark, asking, "Why haven't I heard anything?" But this is the hour where answers descend like lightning. The voice of God will be unmistakable, and the guidance you've longed for will be undeniable. You must understand, the Spirit is not random. It was sent specifically to you. It did not come to everyone. This visitation was by name. You have been marked for movement, chosen for instruction, and trusted with responsibility. The enemy tried to block it because he knew what was in the scroll. He knew that the revelation you're about to receive would rearrange everything. He knew it would break cycles that have lasted for generations. He knew it would activate the version of you that hell has dreaded since the day you were born. This is your unlocking. This is the door swinging open. This is the shift from waiting to walking in divine rhythm. You will begin to see strange alignment, moments when people appear out of nowhere. Opportunities that were once denied suddenly open. Words spoken in prayer returning to you through unexpected confirmations. These are not coincidences. These are echoes of the divine. Heaven is repeating itself until your spirit catches it. And hear this now. Heaven has prepared 3 things for your house in this season: promotion, protection, and provision. Promotion in your assignment. Protection over your dwelling. Provision for your next step. This was what the interference was trying to delay. This was what the tension was sent to distract you from. But it has failed. Because now the Spirit has entered, and what was delayed is about to be delivered. Your name has been spoken in the realm of light. The angels know it. The watchers have recorded it. The Spirit carries it. And this word, this message, has found you not by accident, but by divine dispatch. It knew the moment your heart would be ready. It knew the moment your atmosphere would be still. And now, heaven is speaking over you. The assignment has begun. The revelation is released. Walk boldly. You are guided. You no longer have to guess. You no longer have to wonder. The Spirit has come. The path is opening. And the instruction is clear. Do not look back. Do not doubt what you feel now. For the Spirit that speaks to you today is the same one that hovered over the waters in Genesis. It creates what it declares. Type "I received the scroll" in the comments if this is your moment. Blessing code 818 is unlocking divine instruction over your life. Right here, right now, as the Spirit of guidance moves through this message, I speak to those who feel led to respond. If this word ignited your spirit, if you feel the fire of confirmation burning in your heart, then this is your moment to act. Not just with your ears, but with your hands. Support the move of God that is happening through this channel. Your seed, your gift, your generosity helps send these messages into more homes marked for visitation. The word says, "The generous will prosper. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed." When you give, through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the video description, you're not funding a channel. You're fueling a calling. And heaven honors those who pour into the prophetic. Step into the river. Sow into the word. And watch what God releases over your house as you align with His flow. Let your giving be a prophetic act of agreement. Release it now. And watch heaven respond. Now that the Spirit has entered, now that the scroll has been opened and the instruction has been spoken, your atmosphere must respond. What good is a word that only lives in your ears, but never touches your actions? What power does prophecy carry if it is not received with movement, with alignment, with obedience? Listen now. This is the moment of destiny activation. This is the moment where what was sent from heaven begins to take root in your space. But it requires a response. Not just belief. Not just emotion. But a tangible, spiritual agreement. Heaven is waiting on your yes. Not a soft yes. Not a halfway yes. Not a someday yes. But a full, fearless, unapologetic yes. A yes that clears space. A yes that silences distractions. A yes that opens the door, both literally and spiritually, and says, "Come in, Lord. Speak what you will. Move as you must. Reside here." That kind of yes causes the spirit of guidance to move from watching to working, from standing to revealing, from waiting to activating. And now you must participate. You must move with what heaven is moving in. Walk your home. Speak aloud over every threshold. This house is in alignment with heaven. Anoint your doors if you feel led. Open your windows and let the stale air of past confusion be replaced by the breath of fresh instruction. Speak life. Speak covering. Declare that no interference, no fear, no unclean energy can stay. Because this house, your house, is becoming a portal, a holy ground, a prophetic womb for the promises of God. You've received words before, but never like this. You prayed before, but now you must command. Not out of ego, but out of alignment. You're not commanding heaven. You're commanding your space to agree with what heaven is already releasing. And when you do this, you will feel the shift. Your body will sense it. Your chest will feel lighter. The room will feel clearer. The night will no longer carry tension. It will carry presence. You must begin to make declarations. Speak what has been spoken over you. Do not let this word sit in silence. Say out loud, "I receive divine instruction. I accept divine guidance. My home is cleared. My spirit is ready. My name is known in heaven, and I say yes to the assignment." Every declaration is a key. Every spoken word unlocks something the enemy hoped you'd leave untouched. And don't stop with words. Take actions that represent your shift. Throw out what carries confusion. Clean the corners of your home where darkness has lingered. Play worship in the atmosphere. Sit in stillness and invite God to speak in the silence. Burn incense or light a candle if it helps you focus. This isn't superstition. This is symbolic agreement. These actions become an altar, a gesture that says, "Heaven, I'm not just listening, I'm moving." You are not passive. You are not waiting for God to drag you. You are responding with authority, maturity, and obedience. And as you move, as you speak, as you cleanse, as you affirm, angels will move through your home. Assignments will be released. Delays will be broken. Doors that were once stuck will swing wide open. You are stepping into a new rhythm now. One where you don't chase the will of God. You host it. You carry it. You become a dwelling place, not just a receiver, but a revealer of glory. The spirit of guidance has come. Now it's your move. Type "My house is in alignment" in the comments if you're activating destiny now. Blessing code 1919 is unlocking divine instruction through every room. Now listen closely, for what is happening in this very hour is not fully visible to the human eye, yet it is more real than the ground beneath your feet. In the spirit realm, an exchange has begun. It is silent to the natural ear, but it is thunderous in the heavens. While you sleep, heaven is speaking. While you wait, heaven is moving. While you sit in stillness, divine forces are negotiating the release of what has been withheld, stolen, or blocked from reaching you. There are things that were meant to arrive at your door long ago. Prayers you prayed years ago. Promises spoken over you in quiet moments of surrender. Prophecies that hung in the air like fruit just out of reach. You thought they had been forgotten. You thought time had closed the window. But the truth is, they were being preserved for the right moment. And now that the interference has been identified, now that the gate has been spiritually opened, now that your yes has been declared in the natural, the exchange has been triggered in the supernatural. I, Archangel Michael, tell you by divine authority, there are angels assigned to your name, holding scrolls of restoration, waiting to hand back what was illegally withheld. There is movement behind the curtain. There are conversations in the spirit concerning you. Your name is on the lips of intercessors in realms you've never seen. There are ancestors who prayed for you before you were born. They stood in faith for a generation that would not bow, would not quit, would not sell out to the familiar spirits that ruled their bloodline. And that generation is you. Do not be fooled by what you see in the natural right now. It may still look like nothing is happening. It may still feel like the heaviness lingers. But that's because the transfer is happening in the invisible. Things are being moved in the spirit before they manifest in your hands. And the enemy, though silenced, still lurks at a distance, watching for a crack in your consistency. But if you hold the line, if you stay obedient, if you continue to stand in the posture of surrender and spiritual boldness, everything he tried to steal will be returned with interest. There are divine agents, not of flesh and blood, but of fire and spirit, walking through the corridors of your home even now. They are marking what must stay and what must go. They are placing covering over your doorposts. They are whispering strategies to your subconscious while you sleep. You think you're just dreaming, but in truth, you're remembering. Your spirit is hearing instructions while your body rests. That is why you've been waking up at odd hours. That is why you've been restless even in sleep. Because heaven has been downloading blueprints while the world was quiet. And there is more. The spirit of guidance has not only brought instruction, it has also traded exchange. What they said about you is being rewritten. What was locked is being unsealed. What was buried is being uncovered. What was blocked is being rerouted to your possession. The transaction is taking place even now, not in a courtroom, but in a heavenly chamber. And the outcome has already been decided. You win. You inherit. You rise. The silence around you is not empty. It is full of movement, full of exchange, full of angelic execution. The plans of the wicked are unraveling. The schemes of the deceiver are collapsing. And all the while, heaven is orchestrating your deliverance. This is why your spirit has felt off lately. This is why you've been restless. Not because you're broken, but because your spirit detected the shift long before your mind could make sense of it. Now it makes sense. Now you know. Now you're ready. Type the exchange is mine in the comments if this word confirmed what your spirit already knew. Blessing code 4747 is now releasing divine movement behind the veil. Hear this with clarity and let no doubt survive. justice is moving toward your house. Divine justice. Heaven's justice. Not the kind the world delivers in delayed trials or biased rulings, but the kind that comes when God Himself steps into the balance. The time of tolerating injustice in silence has come to an end. The cries of the righteous have reached the ears of the Lord, and now the gavel of glory has been lifted. The scale is shifting. The accounts are being settled. What they did will return to them tenfold, but not to you. For you have chosen silence when retaliation begged for your voice. You have chosen prayer when revenge whispered for your participation. You did not strike back. You did not curse them. You did not dishonor their name even when yours was dragged. And heaven saw it all. Not one word spoken behind your back escaped divine record. Not one door closed in your face when unrecorded. Every act, every intention, every secret plot, heaven has gathered them like evidence. And now, the verdict has been written. Divine reversal is being issued in your favor. There are things that have been delayed because of injustice. Promotions, relationships, divine assignments, peace. And while the enemy laughed in delay, the Spirit was gathering momentum. The longer the injustice lingered, the louder the demand for heaven's justice grew. And now, the release has been authorized. The reversal is beginning. That means what was spoken against you will be reversed and used to elevate you. What they planned to block will become the very thing that propels you. What they meant for evil, God is turning for good, and not in theory, but in visible, tangible, undeniable ways. You will see those who mocked your silence stunned by your restoration. You will see those who whispered your downfall stunned by your glow. But mark this, you will not rise with bitterness. You will not rise with vengeance in your hands. You will rise with light, with peace, with quiet strength that does not need to prove anything, because what heaven has reversed in your favor will speak louder than any argument ever could. There are places your name was slandered that will now call you with apology. There are circles that excluded you that will soon need your wisdom. There are people who counted you out who will now ask how you endure, and your answer will not be pride. It will be power. The kind of power that only comes when God vindicates His own. And even deeper still, it is not just about your name. It is about your bloodline. Some of the injustices you've endured were not even about you. They were spiritual debts from generations past. Curses that tried to continue. Patterns that tried to persist. But because you stood in the gap, because you said no more, the reversal isn't just for you. It's for every person who will come through you. The chain ends here. The curse ends here. The silence ends here. The resistance that once robbed you of sleep will now serve your calling. The spiritual weight that once suffocated your home will now be displaced by the wind of restoration. And everything they did, everything they whispered, everything they twisted, everything they blocked, will return back to them, not by your hand, but by the hand of the Holy One. And you will rise. In light, in fullness, in divine restoration. Type justice is my portion in the comments if you feel the reversal already beginning. Blessing code 6464 is now restoring what was lost in full measure. October 8 was not an ordinary day. It was not a page on a calendar. It was not just another Monday or Tuesday that passed without meaning. It was a divine threshold, a sacred appointment, a pre-written moment in eternity when heaven would dispatch a spirit of guidance directly to your home. And now, because you listened, because you stayed, because you didn't run from the silence or resist the stillness, the Spirit has entered. The instruction has been released. The interference has been confronted. And the atmosphere has shifted. You have walked through fire and not been burned. You have stood in the tension and not been consumed. You have warred in stillness and watched the heavens move. What others could not see, what they mocked, misunderstood, or misread, was a holy battle being waged over your destiny. And now, I, Archangel Michael, announce to you with finality, you are sealed. You are seen. You are sent. The Spirit did not come to bring temporary comfort. It came to align your steps with divine sequence. It came to uncover hidden schemes, reverse unjust delays, and reignite the power that had been dormant in your dwelling. What was once blocked is now open. What was once delayed is now released. What was once hidden is now revealed. You no longer walk in circles. You walk in clarity. You walk in purpose. You walk with the backing of heaven. Your house has become a chamber of fire, not a place of confusion, but a place of communion. You will begin to notice that the atmosphere feels lighter, the tension has lifted, and even the people who used to stir conflict will either change or disappear. This is not loss. This is divine filtration. Heaven is cleaning your environment so that the Spirit can remain, reside, and release continual instruction. You are not the same person who began this message. You have grown in spirit. You have shifted in rank. And now, the path ahead of you is not a mystery. It is not shrouded in darkness. It has been lit by revelation, by fire, by guidance sent directly from the throne of God. So here is your final declaration. The Spirit has entered. My house is holy ground. My steps are ordered. My soul is aligned. I am covered, I am called, and I am chosen. And so it is. Type I am sealed by heaven in the comments if this word was yours from the beginning. Blessing code 888 is now walking with you every step into your next season. Beloved, if this word ministered to your soul, if it broke chains, stirred your spirit, and set fire to your next step, then don't let it end here. Every message released here carries the weight of heaven, and your support helps that fire reach further. This isn't about helping a voice. It's about helping the word find the ones it was sent to reach. When you give, whether through super thanks, membership, or by sewing through the PayPal link in the video description, you are stepping into the same flow that fed you. You are keeping oil in the lamps, breath in the trumpet, and power in the message. As the word says, give, and it shall be given to you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. When you give into prophetic ground, you receive prophetic grace. Don't hesitate. So now, activate your own harvest, and may heaven multiply every seed 100-fold in Jesus' name.